feet. Chase Jefferson into the open field. No one's going to touch him. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
A pass caught, first down. What a move! J.R. Sim, get out of here! The doctor is in for the touchdown!
Good afternoon, evening, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the SFL on YouTube. Welcome to Old Bay Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, the 4-3 Baltimore Crabs face the 1-6 Carolina Skyhawks. Important game for both teams. As my name is Michael Truilo. I am joined in the booth today by James Richards. How are you today, James?
I'm doing great. Sitting here still in Atlanta. We just had a tough game, as everyone saw. So once we finish up the broadcast, we'll fly back to St. Louis.
Yeah, commiserations for that. We've got lineups scrolling across the screen. I'll give them to you once the game gets underway. We're going down to the field for the coin toss. Skyhawks will kick the ball away first. They want to defer to the second half. Offensive possession is going to be very, very important in this game. But first, we've got the ball on the tee. Ezekiel Klein gets ready to kick the ball off for Carolina, and it's game on here in Baltimore. Take it at the 10-yard line, straight up the middle, runs left and gets hit at the 29, and that's where he will stay. Baltimore, white helmets, black jerseys, white pants, white numbers, and we'll run you through their offense. For the Baltimore offense, the quarterback is number 10, Matt South. The running back is number 25, Sonzo Robinson. The wide receivers are number 14, Mike Osai, number 17, Kendall Gilbert, and number 13, Josh Packmeyer. Under center goes South as the first play from scrimmage is a handoff, and running left side, he's got a lane, a penalty marker comes in, this might be coming back, but Robinson makes it all the way to the Baltimore. No, it's going to be coming back. He made it all the way down over midfield, but it's going to be a penalty.
Oh, wow. That's actually
it's against Carolina.
That's
wow.
Huge. That is huge right there.
So a big run right out of the gate for Sonzo Robinson, and that brings me to my keys of the game. First key for both teams is run, run, run. You've got Sonzo Robinson and Johnny English, two of the best running backs in the league, going head-to-head today. We just saw right there a big reason why that's the matchup to watch. 3 wideouts with Robinson behind him as we'll play from the Carolina 34. Over the middle, complete, and taken down, only a gain of 4.
Yeah, you know, on that key to victory, I think the way we've seen Baltimore play this year, it's been a drastic change from, you know, the swing city that we were used to seeing last year. And now this season, they're getting Sonzo Robinson more involved, which is making that offense more dynamic, and it's allowing Baltimore to really be consistent and hone in on the offense.
They'll give to Robinson again. He goes straight up the middle, gets a couple yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2. The other one, big key to the game I have here is how well do the quarterbacks play? We know about the wide receivers, but Matt South and Mark Biddix, 2 gold quarterbacks, and the ability to diversify the offense is really going to be a key here.
Yeah, I think both quarterbacks, they need to take care of the ball. Let their running backs do a lot of the heavy lifting, and if they do that, they should be able to limit the turnovers.
Handoff, Robinson first down as he pushes the pile forward up to the Carolina 23.
Yeah, great first drive here by Baltimore. Looks like TJ's got him going full speed right now.
For the Carolina defense, the defensive end is number 92, Phil Hall. The linebacker is number 52, Jake McKellen. The quarterbacks are number 34, Tristan Hatley. Number 21, Greg Reedy. The free safety is number 44, Blake Herman. And the strong safety is also number 21, David Yanez. Another run by Robinson there. Good pickup of 6 yards running in between the tackles.
Yeah, I think Carolina's going to have to do something here. It looks like Baltimore's got them spread out, which is causing Carolina to play a spread out defense, and then they're just running the dives right up the middle.
We go I formation here on 2nd down and 4. Looks like it might be another give to Sadzo Robinson. He's been carrying them on this first drive. No, it'll be a pass out of the eye, over the middle, complete, and down to the 6-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Matt South as they take advantage of Carolina stacking the box.
Yeah, Carolina overreacting there, trying to stop the run. Common reaction when Sadzo Robinson's gashing you up the middle. But as soon as you do that, you saw Matt South throw it across the middle.
All right, I formation again, this time from the 6-yard line. This time they'll give it to Robinson. Left side, double in, put it on the board, touchdown Baltimore.
Great first drive by Baltimore, capped off by one of their stars, Sadzo Robinson.
Sadzo Robinson, a 6-yard touchdown run. His first of the game.
He's having quite a year, actually, Sadzo. Last year he was used primarily in Swing City. This year, much more versatile, and he's really putting together a really good campaign.
Mm-hmm. Good blocking up front also by the Baltimore offensive line, giving him nice holes to run through and good routes to the left and right. As
it'll be interesting to see how Carolina comes out and responds to this. We've seen a very high-powered Carolina offense the last couple weeks. So, I don't think there's a question as can Carolina hang out and keep up with Baltimore. It'll really be, how effective can Johnny English be and how versatile and how much Carolina can change it up to keep Baltimore from honing in on one specific facet of Carolina's offense.
The number 11, Eric Walsh, the bronze kicker, one of the few contracted kickers in the league, put the extra point through and then puts this in the air, taken at the goal line, spin move up to the 24, and that's where Carolina will start. I'll run through their offense really quick. Their quarterback is number 17, Mark Biddix. The running back is number 24, Johnny English. The wide receivers are number 11, Sean Harrelson, number 80, Heath McDaniel Jr., and number 13, Mark Strike. The tight end is number 81, Cody Scott. First play here from the 24. Single back, 3 wide receivers to the near side for Biddix. He'll drop back to pass. Good pocket as he throws near side. Complete and out of bounds for a gain of 6 yards. That's number 45 on the catch.
When I look here at Carolina, both of these teams have really changed their identity quite a bit from last season to this season. Mark Biddix, 3rd in the league in passing this year, throwing over 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, which is a pretty good ratio for a quarterback of his stature.
High snap over the middle, complete, and up to the 39-yard line. A bullet thrown by Mark Biddix as Mark Strike, the bronze wide receiver, hauls that one in, first down.
And then we see Johnny English coming in, 13th currently in rushing yards, 654 yards rushing, 10 rushing touchdowns.
And it'll be the first give to English. He runs right side, fights through contact, and gets 4 yards. And that little run right there is what Johnny English can bring. He was contacted behind the line and still pushed forward for 4 yards.
Yeah, I think that'll really determine whether a running back will be successful or not. Can they get through the front 7? There's always going to be contact there for the most part. So, keep fighting, driving through. If Johnny English can do that, he should have a good day.
English, big hole up the middle, but it was closed very quickly. Big play there by number 54. That's Riley Erling. And we'll run you through the Baltimore defense. The cornerbacks are number 27, Eddie Gage, number 24, Ray Cobain, and number 21, Jeffrey Desir. The linebackers are number 54, Riley Erling, And I'll finish that after this play. Swing out to English, and they'll get a first down and 10 right at midfield. Linebackers, number 54, Riley Erling, number 58, Stephen Darrow, and the free safety is number 22, Aaron Lee. And, first challenge of the game.
The Crabs are challenging whether the player stepped out of bounds.
So they're challenging whether he stepped out before the first down marker, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it looks like he got it there.
Yeah, it looks to me like he did get the football over the line. And here we go.
The player stepped out of bounds. The Crabs will not be charged with a timeout.
Well, apparently he did not get there.
Great challenge by TJ, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but the referee got it. And it'll be 4th and inches now, backed up to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I think this is the right call. If they go for it, I think it's the right call. Even if they hard count, I think this is a must at this kind of yardage.
Mm-hmm. And you've got English in the backfield who can get you that 1 yard.
I mean, the ball is resting already over the first down marker, so that you just have to hike it and sneeze, and you get a first down here. But it looks like they're going to stick with the hard count and probably punt it away, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the timeout by
And
Mark
there's the
Bass.
timeout.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you saw the center. Even if you did just a QB sneak right there, I mean, you don't have to go that far. It's literally an inch, maybe a half an inch, and you get the first down.
Yeah, that's almost what I thought. But you really don't see any quarterbacks like to run in this league outside of maybe Sebastian Synergy and Dallas.
Yeah. Well, Dallas has such an offense built around Synergy and trying to get him to run. Really the only quarterback in the league who's doing stuff like that right now. So
the punter for Carolina is number 1, Mike Johnson, and he'll punt it away standing at about his own 35. Take it at the 10-yard line, hit almost immediately and dropped at the 17.
the one positive from punting from midfield is that more times than not, you'll pin the offense back deep in their own territory. So if Carolina can put together a good round of defense here, you know, that drive, that faux pas they just had on with the challenge, it might just be null and void.
Yeah, I know it's early, but we've got Sonzo Robinson averaging over 50 yards a carry. And he's got another good one here on first down up to the 23.
Yeah, I know last year I was the assistant coach in Baltimore, and I just know Sonzo's like, run the ball with me, please. And then our quarterback retired, and we brought in Matt South, or TJ brought in Matt South, and they just said, hey, we're going to make the offense more dynamic. And here we are, Sonzo Robinson, third in the league in rushing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this drive is going to be really telling as Sonzo takes a handoff, fights through contact, and gets a first down to the 27. Because the first drive for them seemed to go so smoothly, and whether they can keep that up is going to be important.
Yeah, I think the big key here right now, so both teams are running similar defenses. The difference is Carolina doesn't have two linebackers, and so when you're running the 4-2 defense, you really need those. You need the front six, front seven, really, to put in a lot of work. And right now, Sonzo Robinson's just getting past the D-line, and then he's just flying past the linebackers. So
back to the I formation and 5 more yards for Robinson.
This is probably the biggest downfall of nickel defenses, is if your linebackers are having an off day, you can get gashed up the middle for a lot of yards, and that's pretty much what we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm. We'll go back to the I again, this time 2 receivers near side. This time a short drop throw, and there is a penalty. He did not come down with the ball, but I think that's going to be PI. There was a man all in his face there.
Yeah. You have to make an attempt to find the ball, and the defender just did not do that. Easy call there for the officials.
That's the non-contract player, Willie Van Dyke, on the interference call, as Kendall Gilbert couldn't haul the pass in.
I think the most frustrating part about that is if you're Carolina, they had really good coverage on the slant route, and the defender that got called for pass interference didn't have to do what he did, and that's probably the most frustrating part about that play.
Unforced errors, and that lets Sanzo Robinson go back to doing what he does best, this time only picking up 3 up the middle. You got to limit penalties, especially in a league like this where one more extra play on offense could hurt you down the field.
Yeah, the league's really stacked with a lot of really smart coaches and coaching staffs. There's not a lot of room to be making mistakes like that.
South short drop in the flat. Caught, fights through 1 tackle, and it takes 2 members of the Skyhawks to bring him down that time. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Sanzo Robinson's looking like a vintage Johnny English. Right now, everybody's thinking like, wait, is Sanzo Robinson 6'5", 280? This guy's beast moding right now.
He takes it up the middle. He catches passes in the flat. He's doing it all right now. 3rd down and 2. Big play here about midfield, but who gets the ball? It's Robinson, and he bounces off a tackle and goes far side. And he barely doesn't get away. Number 21 there. Jeffrey Dezee. Nope, wrong roster page. Number 21, Greg Reedy with a touchdown-saving tackle for Baltimore.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be telling, right? Like Sanzo Robinson's completely gassed on this play, and he still manages to run, for 15-plus yards. So I think Carolina is really going to have to figure it out quickly, because if they don't, this game's going to get out of hand.
3 receivers top side. Maybe look to go to the air here on 1st down and 10 at the Carolina 26, and South will. He'll come near side. He's got a receiver, and Mike Osai will step out of bounds after a gain of 7. First time we've called Osai's name today. He could be a big factor here as well.
Yeah, I agree. Mike Osai's having quietly a really good year. And, 700 yards, 6 receiving touchdowns. Kendall Gilbert on the opposite side is also having a good year with 746 yards and 6 touchdowns.
South to the air again. Another good pocket as the crossing route finds a man. 1st down into the SFL red zone to the 13-yard line.
I think out of all the players for Baltimore right now, you would have to give the MVP to Sanzo Robinson. He's put almost over, currently he's sitting at 1,200 yards if you include today's game stats. But he's also contributed over 200 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns through the air. Those are huge production numbers coming out of a gold running back.
On a 3rd throw in a row, this time in the flat, towards the end zone. 1 man to beat, but he is stood up at the 5.
Even Sanzo's backup's looking like a beast.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was. That was number 43, Damon Morehouse, the backup running back. Giving Sanzo a play to rest. He's back in there now. Carolina stacks the box, looking to prevent a 2nd consecutive touchdown. And Robinson takes the ball, gets a 1st down inside the 5 to the 3.
Actually, that's Sanzo's backup there.
That's still Sanzo's backup. So Morehouse getting some carries here.
I think this is okay. I think the plays that Baltimore's calling, you can afford to give Sanzo a little rest here in the red zone.
They go I formation here on 1st down and goal. There's the handoff. This time it's Robinson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Put it on the board again.
Yeah. The problem here is when Carolina's overcommitting to stop the run, it seems like Baltimore's making all the right calls. Here we see, a play, a power. It could have been a stretch. I'm not really sure. I didn't see the lineman pulling. But all of Carolina's front 7 committed inside. Sanzo Robinson easily bounced it outside for the score.
I mean, that almost looked like some improvisation from Robinson. It looked like it was supposed to be a power play.
Yeah, the issue.
Saw nowhere inside, so just bounce it out.
Yeah, the issue is when you overcommit, right? When you go from a 3-2 or a 3-3 or a 4-2 to something heavy like a bear or a goal line defense, when you overcommit and your linebackers are getting sucked up in what I like to call the trash, which is that whole, front seven box where the linemen and the D linemen and the linebackers all get mixed up together, it really creates a lot of room for Sanzo to bounce it outside and do whatever he wants.
Well, it's 14-0. We're coming up to the end of the first quarter. Carolina, their one offensive drive as they start a second one from their own goal line. Good blocking, and a spin move gets them up to the 25. On their one drive they've had so far, Carolina looked impressive until they didn't, and they had that call go against them and then chose not to go for it on 4th and 1. Do you see them maybe, try to take more gambles now down 14-0?
Well, they have been throwing the ball a lot more this season than last year, so I think we're going to just see them keep trying to chuck themselves back into the game.
And English breaks a tackle in the backfield, but can't get any farther than that to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. They had trips to the near side if Mark Biddix wanted to throw there, chose not to.
Yeah, I think we're seeing really the slight difference between these two defensive builds is that Baltimore has that extra linebacker in their front seven, whereas Carolina's just throwing one linebacker.
English hit in the backfield again, and again he can only get to the line of scrimmage. He's averaging only 2 yards a carry. It'll be 3rd and 10, and now you have to go to the air.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Klein changes up the strategy a little bit, gets away from Johnny English and starts, chucking the ball, because if they don't and Baltimore puts up another score, that's not the territory you want to be in if you're Carolina.
We've reached the end of one quarter. It's 14-0 Baltimore. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube. And a big 3rd down and 10 here. Biddix to throw. Over the middle, complete. And a 1st down out to the 38-yard line. That's Mark Strike on the catch. He's caught 2 bullets over the middle so far.
Yeah, really clean route there, getting past the contact from the DB, and Mark Biddix just putting it right on him. Really nice play. And they're going to need to keep doing it just like that if they want to, grind their way back into it.
3 receivers near side and nothing else but English in the backfield here for Carolina on 1st down. Just inside their own 40-yard line, Biddix will throw. He'll come near side, and dragging the toes for 4 yards was Heath McDaniel Jr. Second down and 6. They want a similar look here, but spread 1 to the top side. 6 in the box for Baltimore. Handoff, English, hit in the backfield, and down he goes. A loss of 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
So I was just looking over the Eastern Conference standings, and we have Queen City first at 6-1. Atlanta, with their win over St. Louis today, moves to 6-2 in the number 2 spot. Tallahassee's 5-2 and 3. Baltimore's 4-3 at 4. Chicago 4-3 at 5. So this game does have a lot of impact on the playoff race.
Go! Did he get it? He got it! Great catch there. That's number 11. Sean Harrelson. Excuse me.
Yeah, really nice corner route there. The defense was sitting in a cover 2. Corner routes eat that alive all day long. Good throw by Mark Biddix to Harrelson.
It's a great catch there. Back shoulder gives Carolina a fresh set of downs in plus territory at the 43-yard line. Short drop, far side caught, and to the sideline goes number 11. That's Sean Harrelson again. 2 straight catches for him.
Let me ask you this. You watched the St. Louis game today, right?
I watched the second half.
Gotcha. Do you see the difference in the gold quarterbacks? Like, I was just watching Biddix right there, and he really snapped that ball. Do you think the gold quarterback conversation, do you think it's as important as people make it out to be sometimes?
I think so. And we were kind of talking about this during planning for the game, as English cannot get there. It'll be 3rd down and 5. we were talking about pass completion rates and things like that. I think because the quarterback is so influential in the game of football, you need that gold quarterback unless you have, a bunch of good wide receivers around him to make it work. And because you saw on the last couple of plays, Vidic is really slinging the ball around, and he will again.
Yeah,
over the middle. Caught. Harrelson again down to the 23-yard line.
He's really snapping the ball. It's really nice to watch, actually. Where, we have Alexander in St. Louis, and he's doing a masterful job, considering what we gave him, but he's not snapping the ball like that. That's some arm action out there.
This is the farthest the Skyhawks have gone so far. South continuing to set up under center with English in the backfield. He'll throw. Good clean pocket over the middle to the goal line, and he can't get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh, how close was that as Heath McDaniel Jr. barely missed a touchdown.
Great play design. They ran a corner post route on the left side, and wow, he actually had, it looks like 13 who ran the corner out wide open. But still, great play nonetheless. Good throw by Vidic.
So into the SFL red zone for the first time today goes Carolina at the 1-yard line.
This is where he makes his money right here.
Oh, but he's hit the backfield and dropped. Loss of 3 yards, and English is not going anywhere now, down to averaging only 0.6 yards a carry.
Yeah, this is where English has been utilized most this year, is in the goal line situation. They need to protect the line needs to do a better job at moving it. Too much pressure there. No running back, even if you're 6'5", 280 like Johnny English, no running back's going to get through that.
Here's English again. He fights through contact, and you could put it on the board.
Yeah,
touchdown Carolina, Johnny English. Man on a mission that time.
Yeah, much better protection there by Carolina. Good pull by 63, and then Johnny English does the rest. Goes man mode and plows his way into the end zone for 6. Beautiful drive by Carolina. This is exactly what they needed.
63, that's the non-contract player Mike Powers. As the kicker, Ezekiel Klein, will try to make this a one-score game. It is up and good, and with 6:54 remaining in today's first half, Baltimore 14, Carolina 7. SFL fans, are you interested in spreading the word about a truly revolutionary esports product? Help the SFL by joining our social media marketing team. Experienced social media candidates can turn this into a paid league staff position. Contact the league's commissioner, Cameron Irvine, on Discord for more information. Kick is on the way, taken at the 10-yard line, running near side and down to the 36. Good return there by number 13. That's Josh Packmeyer, and I think that's the first time I've called his name. He hasn't made a catch yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the Sonzo Robinson show, so it's not surprising. Not necessarily a bad thing. They're doing their jobs in other ways, getting the necessary blocks needed for Sonzo.
Under center goes Matt South. Twin backs. He'll give it to Robinson. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, but fights forward for 3 more yards. So, drive number 1, touchdown. Drive number 2, touchdown. Drive number 3, you're seeing more.
Are you there, friend?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, do you see Carolina's defense getting it together and stopping Robinson on this drive?
Well, what they did just that last play, they need to swarm to the ball. They need to put multiple hats on Sonzo, and they need to keep getting pressure on the quarterback. So it seems like they've made the right adjustments. Sorry.
Down went Matt South there. He was hit by number 92. That's the gold defensive end, Phil Hall. But the arm was going forward, so it'll be 3rd down at 7.
Yeah, great pressure up front. Like I was saying, they just need to swarm to Sonzo. They can't just have one person trying to tackle him. They need 2, 3 people and continue to put pressure on the quarterback.
Passing situation here, one of the few that Baltimore's been in. They'll come out to the flat. One-handed grab by Robinson as he is trucked at the end of the play, but he made the first down.
Yeah, no surprise there. Going out to the swing route to Sanzo Robinson, who puts a little more juice on the run there and gets just enough for the first down. Good play. Good catch.
He's seeing stars after that hit, though.
He's going to see paychecks if he keeps performing like this. I'll take a few stars for a few more zeros. And the way he's playing this season, I doubt TJ will have any problems opening up the checkbook.
We'll go back to the power I formation, now at their own 47-yard line. Carolina may be showing blitz here. And they bring more than usual, but squeaking through the front line anyway is Robinson. And he gets 7 yards. He's up to 107.
Yeah, really efficient performance by Sanzo. And I think that's credit to the offensive line. They're not letting Carolina dictate the pace. But then, too, you got to give a lot of hats off to TJ. I don't necessarily know if people expected Sanzo to just be gashing him up the middle like he is.
Here's a quick drop, and oh, what a one-handed catch!
What a play.
Down to the 24-yard line. That's Kendall Gilbert.
Man, Gilbert showing up big right there with a one-handed grab over. It looks like a fade route there.
Yeah, that was number 34.
A little deep by Matt South, but when you have a receiver like Kendall Gilbert, I guess it doesn't matter.
Tristan Haley was the man in coverage, and he couldn't get there. Or Hatley, excuse me. Now down to the 24-yard line. Big play there. There's been a couple of them. This time, far side hits Osai, and that'll be 7 yards.
You know, I think if South had put that ball a little more on the money, Kendall Gilbert might have taken that for 6.
Yeah, who knows, but you know, he was barely outrunning the corner, so who knows, he might have caught him.
Yeah.
We'll go split backs again on 2nd down and 3. South, another quick drop, under pressure, another one-handed catch, and down inside the 10. Kendall Gilbert, 2 great catches in 3 plays.
Yeah, it looks like he's been doing the one-handed jugs test because he's catching everything one-handed. So that or he's got some
of that Odell Beckham.
Whew. Yeah, he might have some stickum on his hands. We may need to get an official down there to check his gloves. He's catching them too easily there.
1st down and goal inside the 8 now. Handoff, Robinson, and he'll get 2 yards. That's better up front by Carolina that time.
Yeah, 77 on the pull there, just ran right up the middle, didn't touch one person. And the guys that tackled Sanza there, that's who 77 should have been blocking. So he's got to step it up there. If he's going to be the pull man, he's got to do more.
I will go it again from inside the 10. South under pressure, but he swings it to a wide open Sanzo Robinson. He's dancing for 6. Put it on the board.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Carolina is going to find Sanzo and maybe give him a piece of their mind on the next drive there.
Wow.
Sanzo skipping into the end zone.
Little bit of showboating there, but he was wide open.
He was. And that's just, it looked like a man coverage thing, and it looks like they ran rub routes inside with the outside receivers, and the linebackers just got held up in there. Even if the linebacker didn't, trying to cover Sanzo Robinson, that's not easy.
And the kick is up and good again. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for Sanzo Robinson with 3:25 to go in the first half. It's Baltimore 21, Carolina 7, and this could get out of hand quick.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way the defense is performing, or really not even the defense, the way the offense for Baltimore is performing, it's really going to force the Carolina offense to keep up. They're going to have to score pretty much every drive now to get back in this thing.
Taken from just inside the goal line up to the 23-yard line, and that's where they'll start their next drive. So, you know, coming into the game, we expected a lot of running, a lot of ball possession, and that's what we're getting so far. Only 3 drives for Baltimore, only 2 drives for Carolina. We're coming up on halftime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Baltimore, I mean, they're not scared to throw the ball. I just don't think they've needed to do it. So I think we're going to continue to see a heavy dose of Songway.
Well, they'll throw out of a running position in the flat to English, and he'll pick up 5 yards. Make that 4.
Yeah,
and he is a little slow getting up there.
It'll be interesting to see how Carolina adjusts their game plan to get Johnny English involved in other ways, because I don't know if he's going to be able to run the ball today. It looks like Baltimore's got the recipe to stop him.
I mean, if he's averaging under a yard a carry, so they definitely do.
Yeah.
Looks like an all-run formation again, though. Second play in a row here on 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw out of it. Again, they'll go to English. And this time he spins out of a tackle and goes down the sideline. Up to the 37-yard line where Riley Erling brings him down.
Yeah, 2 good swing passes there to Johnny English, getting him out into the flats, which is, where he needs to be, just because of how well the front 7 for Baltimore's been playing. So, good play calling.
Yeah, that's a good double spin move by English as well. We're just sitting here waiting for him to break one because he will do it.
Yeah, he's not a finesse back, so I mean this is a little outside of his wheelhouse, and he is a bruiser. He does run it up the middle. He does drag 4 or 5 people along with him, so it'll be interesting if he can catch one in the flats and break it off.
Yeah, interesting last couple of play calls here for Carolina. They pass out of 2 running positions as we hit the 2-minute warning, and then they run out of the passing position.
Yeah, I think, anytime you send your power back out into the flats, he's going to exert a lot of energy, right? And so I think that's, they knew the 2-minute warning was coming up. Give the ball to him up the middle, see what he can get, but then have the 2-minute warning and give him a quick breather before they get back to it.
Well, they'll go trips near side this time. Let's see if Biddix breaks out the arm here. On 2nd down at 8. He will go to the ground again. Good blocking in front of English, and he'll pick up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they need to find a way to get him on the outside. This is where they're going to have their most success. Baltimore is taking away the inside, so if they can get some pulls without giving up a lot of pressure, Johnny English may break it.
Now we'll go I formation here. Biddix, short drop, good pocket, over the middle. Oh, what a diving catch!
Wow, great catch by number 80.
That's Heath McDaniel Jr. called his name a couple times already today. But that might be the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, we just saw the stat there. Mark Biddix with a 108 QBR rating. And it's plays like that by the receivers that are keeping him up there.
All right, first down and 10 across the 50 to the 45. Biddix to throw again. And the receiver got trucked, but he hung on to the ball. They'll go up-tempo here. And they'll go same formation in the up-tempo offense. Quick snap. Biddix looks to throw, goes far side. English with the one-handed grab. Tries to spin out of one tackle, but can't get away from the second. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah,
Still 2 timeouts for Carolina. They'll continue to go up-tempo.
Would have liked to see him get out of bounds on that play there.
Clock ticking down towards 30 seconds. Biddix over the middle. There's a catch. And down to the 15-yard line. They'll still go up-tempo here. 28 seconds and counting. Another quick pass looks like over the middle, and this one is dropped and almost intercepted.
That's the downfall of going no huddle. You're limited to the plays that you can call out of it, and so here we are. We see Baltimore making a great adjustment and almost picking it off there.
Yeah, good jumping of the route there by Anthony George. Read the quarterback's eyes, came off the person he was blocking, and got the hand up.
Before the ball snapped, I was thinking, okay, maybe they'll just chuck it out to Johnny English in the flats, let him get out of bounds, and then get back into the playbook. But good defense there by Baltimore to take away the slants.
Into the SFL red zone. 20 seconds left before halftime. Important to get a touchdown here to keep pace going into the half. Split backs behind Biddix, but he'll throw. He'll step up in the pocket to avoid the pressure. Throws to the end zone. Put it on the board. Touchdown, Carolina. Wait.
That's an incomplete.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't know how Brooks dropped it there, but it...
I thought he had that all the way.
No, it was slightly behind him there. And I don't know if he just
I
got scared and just put it on the ground, but that was an easy touchdown that he let go away.
I apologize. I did not see that he dropped the ball. Trips to the top side now with 16 seconds left. 3rd down and 10. They'll give it to English, and he's blown up in the backfield, and there's the timeout for the Skyhawks.
That was a questionable play call at best. I think now we're going to see Carolina come out in the field goal formation, which is unfortunate considering how close you just were to putting up 7 points. So
I'd love to see a replay of that drop, but I know we're not going to get to, but man.
Yeah, I'm not sure which player it was that dropped the ball. I don't know if it was Cody Scott. Was it 81? Did I say 81? I can't remember who dropped it. But
I don't remember who it was.
lucky
I can't
for
see
them.
chat, so if anybody in chat knows.
I want to say it was the tight end Cody Scott, and he's a bronze tight end, so I could see how he dropped it, especially if, he got a little nervous, heard the footsteps across the middle. That's possible, but you got to bring those in. In a tight game like this, you really just have to tough it out, take the shot, catch the touchdown.
Now Ezekiel Klein puts the field goal right down Main Street. 10 seconds to go in the half, 21-10. Carolina would have loved to come away with 7 there, but they're still in striking distance.
Yeah, should have came over with 7 there. But 11 points against a high-scoring offense like Baltimore, not a bad place to be in. We know Carolina has the horsepower to turn it on. They just need to figure it out.
Hit and dropped at the 25, and I don't think we will get, really, I think this might be a run up the middle or even a knee here.
If I was TJ or the coaching staff for Baltimore, I'd just give it to Sanzo and see what he can do, because Sanzo can bust it out at any time. So I don't see the unless he gets hurt, I don't really see the downfall here of running it with Sanzo.
Well, they'll go trips to the far side. Robinson in the backfield. And they will try to draw him off sides is what it looks like. Interesting call with 6 seconds to go. Now they'll run it.
Yeah, it appeared he was milking a stopped clock. So,
and that will run out the timer on the first half. We've got ourselves a good one. Crabs 21, Skyhawks 10. We'll be back after the break. This is the SFL Network on YouTube. Welcome back to Old Bay Stadium. Michael Truilo, James Richards, along with you. We got a good one here between the Carolina Skyhawks and the Baltimore Crabs.
yeah, what a great game. Good game plan there by Baltimore. Coming out, running it heavy with Sanzo. Really taking a page out of Carolina's book from last season. And now Carolina's taking a page out of Baltimore's last season playbooks. Doing a little bit of swing city trying to throw the ball.
Carolina's going to get the ball back first from the goal line. And will run it straight up the middle and get to the 24-yard line. Carolina, it seems like they've got to score on every drive, because with the way Baltimore is possessing the ball, every drive matters here.
Yeah, you either have to score on every drive or you have to stop Sonzo Robinson. So, I mean, pick your battles. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Sonzo. So it looks like it's going to be up to the offense to score every possession.
They'll start by going in the I formation from their own 24.
They just need a little bit of luck. They just need a drive here and a stop there.
Short drop from Biddix, and looks like two receivers got their wires crossed a little bit and neither one hauled it in. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Harrelson almost made a really nice grab there in heavy traffic to include his own players, but interesting play design.
It almost looked like that pass was meant for the other receiver.
It might have been, and then that would be on Biddix to really hone it in there.
We'll go I formation again here. Biddix a deep drop this time. With pressure in his face, he gets it out to English, and English only grabs 1 yard. Steve Chopin brings him down. He's got 2 tackles today.
You know, I was just thinking about this. The way Carolina is utilizing Johnny English, really today and this season, it's not the same way that they've utilized Johnny English. Do you think this could be the year that we see Johnny English hang it up? This might be his last season?
It may be. Empty backfield for Biddix. He throws down the sideline, and it's caught. Dragging defenders with him up to the Baltimore 38 is Harrelson.
Yeah, really.
He's been the best player on Carolina team today, and he continues.
Yeah, great out and up route. It might have even been a corner route there. And if it was a corner route, it was sloppy. But if it was an out and up, then it was pretty decent. But either way, Harrelson grabbing the ball. Great throw, great catch.
Harrelson making amends for his mistake on a previous play, moving Carolina into plus territory at the 38.
And this is exactly what Carolina needs to do. Move the ball, take some shots deep, and convert.
Well, we'll go into the flat again for English. He powers through some contact and steps out of bounds after a gain of 8 yards. And that's what they want Johnny English to do. It just hasn't really been working out all the time.
Well, he's a different style back. You know, he's not built like Sonzo. He's not built like the running back out of Tallahassee. He's meant to pound the ball. And for a team that's transitioning offensively, he's kind of out of place in this style of offense.
Maybe a chance to pound the rock here on 2nd and 2. He will get it, and he will pick up the first down all the way to the 26.
Yeah, that's more of Johnny English's style right there. Take the rock, drag a few people with him. But, I got to give hats off to Johnny English. He's putting in a lot of work in a system that doesn't necessarily suit his play style. So hats off to him to try to adjust, so late in his career.
We'll go that no wideout set again. Carolina's like to use it, and they'll run it with English, and it is 2nd down and 9. Do we have score updates from the other game going on right now? That should be Chicago-Cleveland.
I do not have that pulled up.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if Cam's updated anything in the chat.
Biddix, good pocket, throws near side, receiver catches it, and Harrelson did not get the first down. He's 6 for 8 on receptions with 1 drop. It'll be 3rd down and inches, and this is Johnny English territory.
So at halftime we have, San Antonio 14, Sioux Falls 20 at the end of half. Houston 24, OKC 17 at the half. 35-33.
Oh, what a run by Johnny English. That was a monster run. He broke 2 tackles and got down inside the red zone to the 13.
Yeah, it looks like there's a shootout over there. Chicago and Cleveland. Going into halftime, Chicago is up 35-33.
Oh my gosh, really? Wow. I hope the announcers on that game aren't blowing out their voices. English will get it again on first down, this time hitting the backfield and loses 2 back to the 14-yard line.
Not a shocker considering how Mac Wavy's built his team this season. They just want to chuck the ball all over the field. And, Shan really, really smart coach. He's not going to shy away from a gunfight. So not shocking both teams are putting up a ton of points.
3 receivers near side on 2nd down and 12 from the 14 for Carolina. Biddix to throw. He throws to English. English hit and dropped to the 8-yard line. It'll be a huge 3rd and 8. From the 11-yard line.
I'd like to see Carolina go back to the slant routes. They've had a lot of success going across the middle. I'd even like to see that nice post-corner duo that they had earlier in the day for a touchdown.
3rd and 8, 5 wide. Got to get inside the 3 for a first down. Biddix throws, end zone, incomplete, as nobody could haul that in. That was another target to Harrelson in the back corner.
Yeah, pretty good defense there by the corner, defending that corner route. Not bad.
That appeared to be number 21, Jeffrey Desir, on the coverage.
3 points isn't necessarily a bad thing here. Like we said at the start of the half, they're either going to have to play great defense or they're going to have to play great offense here.
Well, it looks like the needle has fallen to great defense.
Indeed. We'll see if they're up to the task. Ooh, delayed snap.
That one was close.
Yeah.
But it is up and through. 6:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Baltimore still leads this one, 21-13. SimulationFL.net. For everything SFL, visit the league's new website and explore the league's new partnership with Press Stats. With over 400 players and games in league history, the SFL tracks your legendary status with professional quality. Contact webmaster Liam Crowder on Discord to find out how you can get your written works on the website. Back to the 29-yard line goes the return.
There. Packmeyer getting it out to almost the 30. That's good starting position there for Baltimore.
And he's been consistent. He's consistently got it to around the 25-30 this game.
Yeah, I think that might be his longest return so far. Not 100%, but I think it is.
It probably is. 3 receivers to the near side. As first time, really, we've seen South go not under center, and this pass is caught. And that is, if I can see who's on the reception, that's Mike Osai. Who else?
Yeah, really great grab. Great throw there by South.
And
if he misses that by a few inches, that's going to be a deflection at worst, pick at best. So really good throw, really good play by Mike Osai.
All right, and now we have set up Robinson on 2nd and 1 here. Split backs, 3 wideouts. Handoff. Robinson untouched through the first level and up to the 49.
Yeah, really great strategy we're seeing out of Baltimore here. They're spreading out Carolina, which is stopping them from filling the box. And look at these holes. Look at that hole right there.
As I said, untouched through the first 2 layers.
I don't know if you could have drove a truck through there, but you definitely could have drove a golf cart through it.
South goes back under center this time. This time he'll throw. Dumps it off short to Robinson, and Robinson gets 5 yards. Interesting check down there.
It almost looked like a screen, but I think you're right. I think it was a check down, but played out very similar to a screen.
Because it looked like Robinson was going on a block.
It might have been
the last
a delayed,
second.
Yeah, like a delayed hook route.
2nd down and 5. Into plus territory go the Baltimore Crabs. And Biddix. Deep down over the middle, tipped and picked off! First turnover of the day, and it goes Carolina's way.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. Great pick there. Great deflection to cause the pick and allow Herman to get his hands on it.
Big pick by Blake Herman. Who was on the deflection? That was
21. Who was 21?
21. That's either David Yanez or Greg Reedy. They both wear 21.
Interesting. Well, great play by whoever it was. And then Harmon, I believe. Harmon with a great play to grab that.
All right. Carolina with a chance to get back in this game. Baltimore showing pressure, and English runs right through it and gets 7 yards.
Yeah, Johnny English running right at the stacked box that Baltimore put up in front of him and went right through it.
You gotta say touchdown or bust here for Carolina.
I'm not sure. I don't think we're in that territory yet. I think, if we were fourth quarter 4 minutes ago, I'd say yeah. But they've got time. They can continue to work the clock and do what they do. They're only down by 8.
And that is, I don't think that was English. Yeah, that was the fullback.
The only concern I would have as Carolina right now is that using Johnny English isn't going to guarantee you yards, and that's kind of what they're trying to do here. They're trying to burn up some clock, keep the Baltimore offense off the field, but you're not having a lot of success with Johnny English.
Well, they're in a running formation again here, but they'll pass out of it. Pressure at his face, screen to English. He gets a first down and more up to the 37.
Yeah, really nice grab there by Johnny English, showing the versatility. That's big. He's not the type of running back to do this consistently, yet today here he is catching the ball and showing why he is a gold running back and is capable of doing this.
Well, and that's really where Johnny English has had the most success today. Yeah, he's had some decent runs of 5, 6, 7 yards running in between the tackles, but mostly it's been outside.
Yeah, the two inside contract linebackers for Baltimore have done a nice job, and really the front seven in general has done a nice job holding up Johnny.
In the I formation, Biddick's quick drop throws far side, pass complete, turning upfield down the sideline and getting bulldozed is Sean Harrelson.
Yeah, it looks like both teams defensively are sitting back. The corners are sitting about 10, 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. And so I think these out routes are going to be open all day. I don't think either team really wants to get beat over the top. So I think we'll see a lot of these swing passes to the flats and the out routes to the wide receivers.
2nd down and 3. Another short drop, another pass. This one tipped and almost picked off. 3 different Baltimore Crabs had a stab at it, the closest being the number 24, Ray Cobain.
Interesting play route. Oh, I see. Okay. Great defensive play. Look at the jam right here. Yep.
And then the presence of mind to put the hand up.
Yeah, one receiver was running an out route. One was running a corner. The corner got jammed into the out route. And so it really put Biddick's in a rough situation and allowed there to be just way more defenders than there should have been. And so that's hats off. Great jam there to create that play.
Well, from a good field position now to an important 3rd down and 3. Here's Biddick's pressure in his face. He got hit as he threw, but he completes the pass over the middle into Baltimore territory. What a play there as
there's a steal right
picks
there.
One up.
Biddick's looking down the barrel of number 70 and 93.
He got trucked at the end of that play, but
yeah, well,
good pass. Good catch by Heath McDaniel Jr.
I think Carolina got their money's worth on that play. That's what you pay gold quarterback money for right there.
1st down and 10 from the 43. Biddick's again. This time he goes near side. Pass is caught, and stepping out of bounds is McDaniel Jr. again. Gain of 5.
Yeah, they just need to stay with this. Like I said earlier, I think these are going to be open all day. Neither team really wanting anything to get over top. So we're going to see a lot of cover 3. And as soon as the team, gets into a cover 2, I think that's when we'll see something just explode over the top.
Best receiver on today is definitely Sean Harrelson. He's gone over 100 yards so far.
Yeah.
Back to the I formation.
I think with Harrelson, it's just volume. He's had the ball thrown to him the most, where you could argue that like Osai and Gilbert have had more productive days with more limited opportunities.
Steve Choppin there again to make a knockdown. That was a risky throw there by Biddick's. 3rd down and 5. 4 wide with English behind him. Biddick's. Good pocket. Throws. He underthrew the receiver, and that was almost picked off.
Yeah, 4 Crabs defenders in the immediate area. I don't know. Mark Biddix has got to do a little bit better if they're going to claw their way back into this game.
And that is the punter on the field, Mike Johnson.
Yeah, just outside.
Not even in field goal range.
Yeah, just outside. I think they would have had to get it to around the 30-yard line.
So the turnover possession comes up empty for the Skyhawks. Punting from just about midfield.
Yeah, best case scenario here is they're able to pin this deep, and it looks like they will. Great punt.
They're going to pin it inside the 5, down to the 4. Great punt, great coverage.
That's exactly what Carolina needed. Now they need to put together a defensive series, shut down Matt Sal, Sanzo Robinson, Gilbert, and Osai, and they're still in the ballgame. If they give up a score here, it could, especially considering where Baltimore's starting, it could really shoot the hopes down for Carolina.
Sanzo Robinson standing in his own end zone as we start this drive from the 4-yard line. They'll give it to him, running right side, and he couldn't quite get away from the tackler. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, Sanzo pretty close to getting outside there. But good job by Carolina swarming to the ball. Like I said earlier, they're going to have to continue to put 2 defenders on them every time. You're just going to have to hit them with more than one guy.
Here we go again. Similar formation. And same play. This time he does get outside, but he's met and dropped for another short gain. It'll be third down and 5.
And it looks like Baltimore is just trying to play it safe here. They have the lead. Their defense is playing great. They don't need to turn it over here. So it looks like they're just content with giving it to Sanzo and seeing if he can break something open.
All right. So here we go. We got to see if they go aggressive here. They will throw it. And throw he does, and complete for a first down up to the 15. Osai on the catch.
Yeah, tough situation for Carolina. You know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Let's say you go cover 3, you give up the out routes. You go cover 2, you're susceptible to the corner post and fades. So, tough situation to be in. Baltimore's really versatile, and that's what we just saw right there.
That brings me back right to the top of the broadcast, right? How are the quarterbacks going to play? That's going to be insanely important as Sanzo Robinson gets 3 yards.
You know, I think if you're Carolina, you know, they've shown that they do have cover 2 built into their playbook, or at least something very similar to it. I think right now, with the amount of out routes that Baltimore's throwing, I think you got to go into cover 2 and try to make a play here.
Second down and 7 from the 18. This drive started in the shadow of their own end zone. They'll give the Robinson up the middle, and he falls forward. It'll be third down and 3.
Yeah, good run there by Sanzo. He looks like he's slowing down a little bit compared to how he was running earlier today, but still, I think everybody would take a slow Sanzo when he's running like that, you know.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Baltimore 21, Skyhawks 13. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube. This one should be a good finish. Stay with us.
Here we go into the fourth quarter. Baltimore up 21-13. What do you think? I mean, obviously Carolina's got to get a stop, right? Like that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's route number 1 for Carolina to get back in this ballgame.
There it is.
And that's a good play to start doing it on.
Yep. That's exactly what Carolina needed. They should get the ball back around the 40, 50-yard line. So they're going to have, barring any crazy plays or just bonehead turnovers or penalties, they're going to start in good field position. And that's, you know, let's see. Let's see if they can put part 2 together.
All right, I think this might be the first time I've called the Baltimore punter's name today. He is Pablo Graciani, and he will kick from his own 10-yard line. Received just inside the 40, and to the 44 is the return. Carolina, important series coming up for him. Got to put points on the board.
Dangerous block there. That was blocking the back almost. They've really got to avoid boneheaded plays here. This is not where you want to have any big boneheaded penalties, boneheaded turnovers. Just play smart, play within yourselves, get a score here.
This has been a really clean game. By my count, there's only been 2 penalties, and one of them was on the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
As this will be thrown into the flat, and English takes it 5 yards. Oh, sorry, that's the backup Powers taking it 5 yards.
Got a score update. San Antonio 14, Sioux Falls 20 at the end of third. Close game over there.
That's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of good ones going on right now.
San Antonio's been on fire lately, putting up a ton of points.
They lost a heartbreaker last week as Biddix will throw. Pressure coming, and he got the ball away, and it's caught by Harrelson across the 50 to the Baltimore 38.
Harrelson, a man on a mission right now. Their silver wideout makes $8 million a year, and I tell you, he's earning every penny of it today.
That was a great catch. It looked to be like the defender was going to get to it, but he hauled it in.
Yeah, Biddix, great back shoulder throw against the corner. The corner didn't even see it coming.
Back to the I formation here. Biddix to throw. He comes near side with it. Got a man. Oh, Heath McDaniel Jr. got absolutely trucked, but he does pick up 7 yards.
Well, this is exactly what they need to do. It'll be interesting to see if Carolina can score. Do you think they'll go for the point after, or do you think they'll go for 2?
Depends on how fast they score.
Yeah, good point.
Biddix, deep drop, quick out to English, makes a man miss. What a move! First down at 10 to the 24.
I've never seen a faster slow guy in my life. Johnny English looks like he's going in slow-mo and then just turns on the turbo to make that spin move.
Yeah, it's crazy. While we're talking about the other games going on this week, we'll give you the rundown of the rest of the schedule. Tonight in prime time, Dallas versus Mexico City. Andy Hamilton and Shan Vaughter have the call. That's at 7 Central.
Yeah, can't wait
Monday
for
at
that one.
7 Monday at 7 Central, it's Vancouver, Alaska, a big tilt out west. Eric Vinson on that call, and it's the game of the week on Tuesday. Tallahassee and Queen City with the commissioner, Cameron Irvine. Oh, almost picked off there. Went right through the hands of Desir.
Yeah, as I was talking about when we were coming out of halftime, I said, these teams, I think they're at the point now where they need to get out of that cover 3 and sit in the cover 2, and that's what we just saw there. Baltimore sitting shallow in a cover 2, and they almost got rewarded.
We were talking also about the bronze, gold, silver debate. Jeffrey Desir's a bronze cornerback. If he's silver or gold, do you think he makes that pick?
I'm not sure. In St. Louis we have 2 silver corners. They both play extremely well. But then you look at the other side of the argument where Queen City has no contract corners, and they play just as well. So I'm not 100% sure there. I'm not sure.
All right, trips to the near side, empty backfield for Biddix on 3rd and 11. Just dropped. He had a lane to get to the first down too, and that's Brooks on the drop.
Yeah, non-star contract Brooks really needs to pull that in.
4th down, 11 from the 25. They are in field goal range, and the kicker is out there.
I think this is the right call. Your defense has been playing fairly well coming out of halftime. So here we go. Like you said earlier, they're putting a lot of emphasis on their defense stopping Baltimore. So let's see if they can get it done.
The kick is up, and it is right down Main Street. 7:52 to go in the ball game. Baltimore 21. Carolina tried about a comeback. They've got 16. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
Solid start.
Do you want to do what I do? If you're interested in becoming a play-by-play commentator or analyst for the SFL, the league has open tryouts all season long on our Rabbit broadcasts. Please contact veteran broadcaster Andy Hamilton on Discord for more information.
You make me want to do what you do.
There.
Yeah. No. You make me do what you want to do. You got that commentator voice. I like it. Pumping me out, man.
Packmeyer brings it out to the 30. Another solid return.
Yeah, this is a second
got to get it
return.
on the stop.
Yeah, second return where Packmeyer takes it out to the 30-yard line. Good starting position for Baltimore. let's see how this front seven for Carolina shuts down this Baltimore offense.
Well, they've got to do it, or else this game might be slipping through their fingers.
I think there's about 2 possessions left for each team, depending on how this drive.
Bounces outside. There goes Robinson. 1 man to beat him. He can't beat him. He was shoved out of bounds by Greg Reedy.
Yeah, I think if you're Baltimore, the goal on this drive is to either score or take as much time off the clock as possible. Great block by 85. It almost looked like either Osai or Gilbert, set the edge too. 17?
Yeah, 17, that's Kendall Gilbert. And 85 is the non-contract Sean Augustine with the block.
Yeah, both of them picking up really good blocks there, setting the corner, allowing Sanzo to get outside.
Just inside their own territory now from the 47. They'll give it to Robinson again. They'll go straight up the middle, hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, I can only
47 on the tackle.
I can only imagine how James Klein feels right now. You've played a pretty good game up to this point. Offensively, I think you'd like to see more, out of your offense considering how much you've scored the last couple weeks. But I feel for him right now. His heart's probably racing. He might be praying.
Oh, that was almost intercepted, and it maybe looked like it could have been pass interference as well there. Matt South ripped that ball in.
Yeah, I think the saving grace there was Matt South was a little wild. That ball was a little high.
Intended for Mike Osai.
One more play, Carolina.
3rd down and 10, a big one here. Four receivers wide, and Robinson in the backfield. Biddix, deep drop. Pressure coming off the edge. He got the pass away. It's deep down the field. That's batted in the air and intercepted. It's picked off for the 2nd time today. Greg Reedy has the INT, and Carolina is in this ball game.
Yeah, I think Matt South's yelling at the ref there. Looks like he got trucked there at the end.
But another deflection. That's 3 or 4 in this game, and then a second one intercepted.
Yeah, interesting call. The out routes have been working all day, and then they decide to go to a post route, even though Carolina's been sitting in a cover 3. Interesting play call, but what are you going to do about it?
All right, now the emphasis goes back on the Skyhawks offense. They've had a little bit of trouble moving the ball in the second half. As Biddix throws one that's almost picked right back off by number 27, Eddie Gage, the gold corner.
Yeah, I think they need to do something a little differently than the swing routes and the out routes. I think they're going to have to try to, Baltimore's been moving into a cover 2. I think they need to try to take some shots downfield.
2nd down and 10. Back to the I formation this time. They let the clock run all the way down to 7 seconds. Johnny English takes out of the backfield. Spin moves, avoids 3 defenders, and there he goes. Down the sideline out to midfield. Johnny English turning on the Jets.
I take it back. If Johnny English is going to do stuff like that, just keep throwing the out routes.
All right, let's see. Count the spins.
1,
2, 3, 4 spin moves. And away he goes. Wow.
5 defenders took postcards there and just said, we'll see you. We'll see you downfield, Johnny English.
Put him on a fat head. Wow. Back to the no wide receiver set now. 1st down and 10 from midfield. Pass out to English. He's got a lane possibly, and he evades the first tackler. Cannot get away from the second one.
Yeah, the screenplay there, really slow to develop. Kind of left Johnny English out dry there in the flats.
Yeah, and the problem with running a lot of flat passes for your running backs is they will take some big hits out there.
Looks like Baltimore is about to sit into a cover 3 here.
2nd down and 9. Coming up on passing situations here, but they'll give to English again. Up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and sets up 3rd and manageable from the 44.
Look at that stat. 27 yards on the day for Johnny English.
Well, that's only rushing. That doesn't count passes out of the
that's true.
passes spot. So
I think if you're paying Johnny English, though, you're going to want more than 27 yards, especially when you're paying him $12 million.
Exactly, and that's it speaks to how well the Baltimore defense has played. Hit as he throws, and Mark Biddick's overthrew the receiver there, 4th down and 4. Now, is it go time? Well, obviously not, because here comes Mike Johnson.
This is dangerous, right? If Baltimore puts together any type of drive, it could spell disaster.
Well, all 3 timeouts for both teams. You've still got the 2-minute warning. The defense has played better in the second half of the third and into this fourth quarter. So,
yeah, I do think it's the right call on 4th and 4, midfield. You have a great punt.
Oh, that took a big hop, and it'll go in the end zone.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most frustrating dynamics in all pro football. Is sometimes the defenders, on a great punt like that, where it's gonna potentially bounce and set inside the 5, and then your defender just scoops it up and runs it in for a touchback.
Well, I formation from the 20-yard line. Baltimore looking to run out this victory, and they'll give to Sonzo Robinson, and he has another nice hole and another good run on 1st down.
Yeah, the outside lane's wide open for Sonzo. The corners, tight ends, and really the story is Carolina's just not pressuring the pulls, right? They're pulling their linemen, getting out in front of Sonzo, setting the edge, and allowing him to get outside. So,
well, this time he'll go back in the gun with two backs alongside him. This is a formation we haven't seen from them yet. He'll throw out of the formation and complete. Matt South, a brilliant pass to Kendall Gilbert up to the 48-yard line. That was a bullet.
Yeah, it looked like they had a outside receiver hook paired with the slot receiver running the corner route, so it left the safety kind of out there on the island.
More time bleeding off the clock as Baltimore picks up another 1st down. Carolina showing pressure here. They'll bring pressure, and they'll drop Robinson for only a 2-yard gain.
I think we're getting into that time where Carolina's, it's either step up or pack your bags right here. I think we're getting close to that time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Down by a score.
Completely manageable. This isn't the worst situation.
Yeah, and for all the talk we've had about Baltimore's offense, they've controlled the ball. This is a 1-possession game with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
As Robinson gets a nice hole to run through and gets up to the 45-yard line across midfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Baltimore at the end of the game possessing the ball for 4 minutes or more. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the difference between the Carolina and Baltimore time of possession.
Yeah, they did it in the first half, and they got away from it a little bit with Matt South throwing more here in the second. He has 2 interceptions. Carolina's gotten back in the game, and now they're just looking to run the game out here. 3rd down and 4. Robinson. Oh, he didn't get there.
Great stop.
Big tackle by number 47.
This is
That's
huge. This is
Shane
huge.
Hillard, the non-contract linebacker.
The only issue that's here, the great news, they got the stop. The ball's gonna, they're gonna get to the 2-minute quarter. The only issue is they're probably gonna get the ball within the 20. And the way your running back's been running, the way your offense has been performing, that's not necessarily where you want to start. But with all things considered, they'll take what they can get, obviously.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Baltimore. All the fans sticking around as we've got a 1-score game on our hands, and Carolina will get the ball back. Stay with us, folks. We've got a good ending in store as Pablo Graciari will get to punt for only the 2nd time today. Oh, they're coming after this punt. They almost got there. This one's going to bounce inside the 10, down to the 5, and down to the 4.
Great play by 37. Getting off the block, downing the ball inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Great play.
That is Pete Cleveland. Haven't called his name yet. He's the non-contract quarterback, the backup corner, playing special teams. Carolina got to drive the length of the field here in a minute 50. They could do it. As Johnny English spins away and gets 5 yards up to the 10-yard line, and we will go no huddle.
I think I'd like to see them run those corner post routes. I don't think throwing the ball to Johnny English in the flats is what's going to do it for you.
Well, they're going to do it again. He makes a great one-handed catch, but still can't pick up the first down. But he does get the foot out of bounds.
Yeah.
So the clock stops with 1:31 to go. 3rd down and 1, and you got to think it's 4-down territory the entire field now.
Oh, certainly. Certainly. You got nothing to lose. Other than the game, obviously. But you got to go
game.
for it. Yeah.
All right, do we see one of those Johnny English inside tackle runs here? No, you're going to see a quick throw, and Vidic threw the ball to nobody. That was interesting. The game said it was intended for Mark Strike, but I don't think Strike was anywhere near the ball.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Poor route run by Mark Strike. Very poor throw by the goal quarterback, Mark Vidic.
4th down and 1. The game hinges on this play right here.
Who would you go to here?
I don't know. I think I go to Harrelson. He's been your key guy. Vidic, outside, first down and more. 25 to the 24.
Mark Strike on the catch there.
Now it was Mark Strike.
I think he just redeemed himself here.
I have been proven wrong. Up-tempo again, go Carolina. Over the middle, and that is incomplete. Off the leg of number 20.
Did look like they were trying
Aaron
to go
Lee.
to your boy, though. Harrelson there.
Harrelson, yeah. Harrelson's been big today. If you ask me who on Carolina to put the game on the line with, I'm going to say Harrelson.
Yeah, I don't think you can rely on Johnny English. I'm not even sure you can rely on Mark Vidic, but you're going to have to rely on Mark Vidic. So, hopefully for Carolina's sake, they get something going here.
Here's Vidic. Plenty of time, and he underthrew that, and it was almost picked off. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 58, that's Stephen Darrow, broke that pass up. An uncharacteristically poor drive from Vidic here at the worst time.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, right? You have to throw every play. Baltimore's ready for it. It's just a tough spot to be in.
3rd down and 10 from the 24. 5 wide, set, empty backfield. He's going to go for it all, and he is intercepted! Intercepted on the play by Baltimore! And that might just about do it. Who hauled that in? That was number 20, Aaron Lee, the non-contract safety.
Yeah.
And it was another deflection/drop.
It looks like, I believe it was 54 there, dropping back into coverage. So another, is that a non-star? Let me check here.
54? That's Riley Erling. He's a silver.
Okay, so Riley Erling with the deflection, tips it up to a non-star. I do think this is the end of the game. I just think Carolina needed to go into the empty set a lot sooner than they did, instead of waiting until 3rd and long to do it where Baltimore expected it.
There's the first timeout for Carolina. I think we're going to see all 3 of them in the next 3 plays here. And if Baltimore can pick up a first down, that'll do it.
Even if they kick a field goal, that'll do it. That'll put them up,
Yeah, 'cause that'll
9?
That'll put them up 9, so it'll be a 2-score game. The only thing that can really go wrong for Baltimore right now is a turnover, and if you just give the ball to Robinson, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sanzo's fumbled at all this year, but oh, wow.
Oh, they were going for it all, and Gilbert almost dragged that one in on the 2-yard line.
Well, I mean, I know TJ here, and he's a fierce competitor. He's not going to just, He wants
say
to
about
win.
turnovers, that was almost picked.
Yeah. TJ's fearless. He wants to win. He doesn't care what the score is. He just wants the W, but he's not the type of guy, I don't think, to just run it out. I think he wants to make a statement and give himself some space in the standings with points. So.
Well, with under a minute to go here, and we're pretty much calling this one for Baltimore, let's take a look at where both teams are going next week as Robinson is wrapped up, breaks free, and it takes 2 white shirts to bring him down at the 23-yard line. Next week, Baltimore at Chicago. That'll be a huge game. Did you say Chicago was currently winning at last check?
Yeah, they were up by 2, I believe, when I last checked.
All right, so that might be it. That might be the fight for the last playoff spot right there next week.
That's a tough battle. Right now, Chicago and Cleveland are 5th and 6th. If Chicago wins, that'll give them some breathing room. But then you got to go in. They'll be right behind Baltimore still, I believe, in the standings. Actually, they will be. I'm pretty sure Baltimore took that victory when they played Chicago heads up. Very close game.
Baltimore knocks the kick through, icing this one. It's 24-16. For Carolina, they got you next week at home against. They're in the Gladiators' house in St. Louis.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, we can replicate what Baltimore's doing. We've got a lot of work to do on offense. I think, as you saw today, we only averaged. We had a pretty abysmal running day. I think we averaged like 2.8 yards rushing. So, a lot to work on in St. Louis, and one thing we're not lacking in St. Louis is effort. So we'll definitely put in the time and come prepared and try to get our first victory against Carolina.
From the goal line, Mark Strike takes it out to the 25. Some intriguing matchups next week as the playoff picture starts to take shape in both conferences.
I think James. Like I said it on a few podcasts. Carolina's had some really close games this season, and has really performed better than their record would show. Defensively they've given up a lot of points, but offensively they've put up a lot of points. So.
Today might be an outlier as Middix gets rocked and loses the football. That's big number 93 Wall off the line there. And I have written here, I didn't say it at the beginning of the game, but I have written here for Carolina, turn close losses into wins, and they did not do it again today.
Yeah, they were able to keep the game relatively closer than the score will say. They were up, they were in it, up until the last couple minutes. So hats off to James putting together a decent game plan to keep up with a playoff-bound team. And as it stands, it looks like Baltimore will eventually make it into the playoffs. So.
Yeah, well, they've got Chicago to contend with, and the playoff picture in the East is very muddy right now. So you've got 5 or 6 teams in the hunt, and only 4 make it.
Yeah, the 4, 5, 6 spots. Even 3, 4, 5, 6. Tallahassee has stumbled a little bit. Atlanta has struggled. We gave them a good battle today. We gave them a good battle the first week we played them as well. So really, 2 through 6 is a toss-up. Mac, Wavy, and Cleveland, they're going to sling it. And on any given week, they can out-throw.
Oh, well, hold on. There goes Johnny English down the sideline. 20, 10, 5. Put it on the board. Touchdown, Carolina. And there's no time left on the clock.
Wow. A little late, Johnny,
will end
but
the ball game.
A little late, but, hey, good effort there.
We said Johnny English was going to break one. It was just a little too late. Who was that who just completely whiffed on the tackle in the backfield?
That might have been the water boy, actually.
Yeah.
TJ might have just put him in. Yeah.
All the backups in for Baltimore. Johnny English gets his touchdown.
I don't blame him. If Johnny English was running at me, that's exactly how I would look. Ole. Enjoy your run, Johnny.
Well, you said the score is going to be closer than the game is not going to indicate how close the game was. Maybe it will now. It's going to be wait. They're going for the tie here, and they don't get it.
I would have liked to see an out route there, but yeah, that was huge.
I did not realize that was for the tie. I thought they were up by 9.
I might have done some poor math there, but
anyway, that is the end of the ball game. Your final score: Baltimore 24, Carolina 22. That was really close.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare when you see a team put up more yards and have less turnovers and still lose. But that's just showing you the efficiency of Baltimore's offense. So,
well, Baltimore went out quick, and Carolina could never catch it. But I think the biggest series or sequence of plays was the first 3 drives for Baltimore, where they got 3 Sanzo Robinson touchdowns. If only one of those drives is stopped, we're looking at a different game here.
Well, in typical Carolina fashion, they found a way to make the game interesting all the way up until the end. Johnny English almost did enough to send this into overtime. Really fun game all the way up to the end. Really fun game.
Yeah. We will be back next week. Remember to tune in tonight, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Andy Hamilton and Shan have the call as Dallas play Mexico City. That'll do it for us. For James Harrison of James Richards. Where's my brain? For James Richards and the rest of our crew here in Baltimore, I am Michael Truilo. See you next time.